So let's just focus on the combo. I summon. You may have seen this trick before, opponent. I make a gnome. I name instant.
I play my pixie. I tap 2 things. I make a gnome. I return Yerba. I summon Yerba. I tap 2 things. I return my pixie to the hand. I make a gnome. I name instant.
Welcome to another video, and today we are playing with our supportive parents, and they will hopefully support us all the way to victory. And what am I talking about? Alright, we got an infinite combo that involves supportive parents. So what does it do? Supportive parent says you tap 2 untapped creatures you control. You can add 1 mana of any color. So seems innocuous, but we'll see how it goes crazy. Alright. Tech Matter Weaver says whenever you cast a creature spell, you can make a 1/1 colorless gnome token or copy a token. That doesn't matter. We're just making gnomes. Alright. So now, every time we cast a creature, we get an extra gnome. Yera and Oski, Weaver and Guide, has in web 1 white. If we in-web Yera and Oski, that's casting a creature spell for 1 white. If we have this in play, we make a gnome token. With our supportive parents, we tap Yera, we tap our gnome, and we get 1 white mana. So if we have 2 Yera and Oskis, 1 in hand, 1 in play, we can loop them within web repeatedly, over and over again, and each time we do, we make an extra token. Alright? We can also do the exact same thing with Geralf, the Flesh Rate, except he makes zombies that get progressively bigger each time you do it. So Geralf kind of like a little slightly better Tech Matter Weaver, but he takes 1 extra spell to charge up. The first spell doesn't count each turn. And we also have Nurturing Pixie, which is a great card that was used in a lot of decks, still gets played in a lot of decks. When you play it 1 white, you bounce a non-land permanent to your hand. So if we have Nurturing Pixie and a Yera and Oski, that is infinite combo, as long as we have the supportive parents, of course. So your parents support you, everything's good. What else is in the deck? We got Novice Inspectors for value to bounce with our pixies and draw cards for filtering. We got Seam Rip for removal. We got Shocking Sharpshooter as a payoff to deal infinite damage if we're making tokens. We got Case of the Gateway Express, which we can bounce with pixie. It's removal equal to the number of creatures we have. Also can pump our creatures by 1 if we solve the case. We got Get Lost as removal. We got Gallant Citizens as creatures that draw cards to loop through the deck. Halia gains us infinite life if we do the combo, and also draws us cards if we can cast some creature spells. And that's the deck. What's our mana base doing? Mana base is crazy. We got 2 dodges. We got mono. I call this 2 color, right? And our 2 colors are white and humans. Okay, mono white and humans. So Cavern of Souls, Secluded Courtyard, Starting Town, all tap for any color of human mana. So we could splash any different color humans. We got red, we got blue, we got green. Doesn't matter. All of it's humans, so our human lands pay for all these. If there's any humans you think I missed, let me know. In the sideboard, we got Ghost Vacuums, we got Cathar Commandos for enchantments. We got Voice of Victories for control decks. We got Authority of the Consuls for aggro decks. We got a Soul Guide Lantern for graveyard decks, where the Ghost Vacuum's not enough. We got a Demi to protect us against control. He's got Flash. He gives our creatures indestructible and hexproof. We got a Split Ups for kind of aggro mid-rangey decks. And that's the deck. Let's get to the games. All right, we are playing some 5-color humans with supportive parents. And supportive parents is going to allow us to maybe make infinite creatures and kill our opponent. But we shall see. Let's first play our tribal land named Human. So this now taps for any color of mana for a human. I thought about for a second holding this Novice Inspector to play with Halia, because that will draw us a card, but I decided I'd rather run it out. Let's Multiversal Passage, untapped. And we will attack, and our plan is to draw a card with the clue, I think. Let's Gallant Citizen. Let's Gallant Citizen. We're here to play creatures. And now we got the Novice Inspector, so we can Halia Novice Inspector next turn. Opponent is playing a sacrificing deck. Very interesting. Alright, well we got a second of these, so let's sack it. And we're going to Halia Novice Inspector, so this can enter tapped. Let's warp our Halia. Play a Novice Inspector. Inspect some Novices. create a token and our creature entering. That's 3 life, which means Halia is going to draw a card on the end step. Thank you, Halia. Go back to space. Go back to space, Halia. Your work here is done. What is opponent doing? Opponent's playing a momentum breaker, so this is probably Esper Flicker, so they probably are going to be bouncing this back to their hand and recasting it. Instead, opponent opting for a momentum breaker. Alright, well, we got another Novus Inspector, so we can sacrifice this one. And there's a Spyglass Siren. Alright, well, let's play this on white and Halia and play another Novus Inspector. And I'll attack first. If opponent wants to trade with the Spyglass Siren, I'm pretty happy. There we go. Opponent trading. Novus Inspector. Make a token. Draw a card with Halia. I love this interaction. This is very powerful. We find another Halia also, which is fine if Halia dies. Opponent playing Cosmic Grand Zenith, which is a bit scary. We're going to make some tokens. So, if we can get 4 creatures in play, we can potentially kill the opponent here. Or kill the opponent's Cosmic Grand Zenith. I don't see that being possible. So, we can play Supportive Parents. And we can warp a Halia. Oh, actually. Oh no, Halia is legendary, sadly. Yeah, so we can't quite get there, because Halia being legendary means we'll be 1 creature short of being able to kill this Zenith. So unfortunately we have to pass. We can draw a clue though. Draw with the clue. Have to hope to hold out 1 more turn. Opponent nowhere to run. They're almost certainly going to murder our Supportive Parents because opponents hate Supportive Parents. Oh, instead they kill Halia. Halia is dead. But we have second Halia. They don't know. They don't know about second Halia. Alright, they get back nowhere to run. They make 2 creatures. Or put counters on things. They make 2 creatures. Okay, the opponent is making 2 creatures. We have the potential to make infinite creatures. And I don't know about you, but I think that infinite is more than 2. We'll find out. We'll find out next week. Alright, we draw half. We got half. We just need 1 more. Can we get 4 creatures in play? Potentially. Let's Gerald. And then if we warp this Halia, we can... This is now 4 creatures, so we can cast this case and pop opponent's Cosmic Grand Zenith. We'll tap our stuff that we want to not block with. Doot doot. Slap opponent's Cosmic Grand Zenith, I think. And we can return Halia to the hand. And replay Halia. Oh, opponent! Scooping it up. Our value is slightly too high. Alright. Well, that was an early scoop, if you ask me. I was not expecting opponent to scoop that quickly. I think we are well tuned with our Supportive Parents here for game 2. I'm thinking about Cathar Commando and Split Up. Now, I don't think either of these are particularly great against our opponent. Split Up can help if they go super wide, but we're kind of going wider than them, so I don't think Split Up's super important. Opponent is very likely to just try and bring in more creature removal and hurt us, but we're suited for that well because we got the Gallant Citizens and the Novus Inspectors. So is Seamrip good? Seamrip is okay. Seamrip is okay. Get Lost is okay. Case is okay. Maybe we'll cut 1 case for a Split Up. Could be a bit greedy, but I think this is slightly better against their go wide plan. And maybe 1 Seam Rip for the second Split Up. I think Split Up is potentially quite good against them. So let's run it like this. I think we can run it like this. See how it goes. Opponent. We're up a game. Supportive Parents. Opponent was so jealous of our supportive parents that they lost the will to play Magic the Gathering. And that is the advantage of supportive parents. All right. What's our hand? We got Yara, we got Novice Inspector, we got Case. I like a hand with a Novice Inspector. I like a good Novice Inspector hand. We can stop our opponent from countering our Novice Inspector with Cavern of Souls. In case they have a Pact of, no, what is it called? Force of Will. We can play around Force of Will by caverning. Alright, anyway, sorry. I was distracted. We got Matter Weaver, that's nice. Love to see a Matter Weaver. Let's name Human, I think. And then play Novice Inspector, make a clue. Opponent. So, there was an inspector called Thraben Inspector who was the exact same card as this, but had cooler art. And then Wizards decided to make Novice Inspector, who is not from Thraben, but does the exact same thing. Let me know what you think about that. Opponent. Mapping. And playing another Spyglass Siren. Alright. Well, I am not scared of a couple Spyglass Sirens. Let us pay 2 life. And do I Case of the Gateway Express here? I mean, why not? Kill one of opponent's Spyglass Sirens. Get in. Alright, get in. Now we got the Matter Weaver. Opponent thinking about what they want to do. They're thinking. We got Get Lost to kill stuff. We got Matter Weaver to make stuff. I am a little scared to play my Matter Weaver without making something right away. Opponent probably has some removal. Seam Rip. That's scary for them. They're Seam Ripping my Novice Inspector. I can blow this up and get a Novice Inspector back. That seems pretty nice for me. Opponent's got some removal bouncing stuff. Alright, they're putting that in the graveyard. Alright. 1 card in the hand zone. So I think I will do the sneaky Seam Rip. And if opponent doesn't cast a spell here, we can sneaky block the Otter. So we'll just look at our clue. Opponent plays a Pixie. So they're gonna bounce their Storm Chaser's Talent and make another Otter. I don't think I'm that scared about another Otter. Does mean our sneaky blocking plan isn't gonna work. So maybe we should draw a card instead. Let's draw a card. We find a Gallant Citizen. Alright, alright. We are getting beat up a little bit. Next turn we can Matter Weaver and Gallant Citizen, which is quite nice potentially. This turn we could Yara, if we're willing to blow something up. These flyers are scary. I'm getting a little scared by the flyers. Let's instead Gallant Citizen. Draw a card. Tap the Gallant Citizen and play a Yara, returning the Gallant Citizen to hand. And we can take a look at opponent's hand. We can name Enchantment. We're gonna get a little bit of the beats here. A little bit of the beats. Could die to the beats, but next turn we have Old Tech plus Gallant Citizen. Opponent does not currently have any removal. They do have removal now. They top decked it. They top decked the removal. Alright. Yara's dead. We're taking 8, which is a lot. We could draw our Destroy All Tapped Creatures card. We do not. We are dead in the air and on the ground to their removal. So I think we have to draw. We literally have to draw Destroy All Tapped Creatures, and we do not draw that. Do we have anything else we can do? We can name Human. Well, we can kill their ground creature and die. So let's scoop. Let's go to game 3. All right, opponents got us. It was close. All right, it was close. It was nice to see that. Nice to see that our plan of bringing in split up looked good. So I'm definitely going to keep split up. I'm scared of seam rip. I think seam rip seems like a trap. Let's put another case of the Gateway Express in since we get to be on the play in this game. Being on the play is nice. And Shocking Sharpshooter actually, his reach is pretty relevant in this matchup. So do we want to make any other changes? Is the Get Lost feeling good? Would we rather have Authority than Get Lost? I think we're going to keep it like this. Let's not overthink it. Let's just believe in our supportive parents. See, that's what that game was missing. We didn't have supportive parents. How are we supposed to win when we don't have that supportive parents backing us up? All right, we go first. This hand is a lot of lands, so I'm going to mulligan. His hand looks better. Novus Inspector, looking hot. Let's bottom a starting town or a passage. Starting town or passage? I think we can bottom passage. And we can name human. And we can Novus Inspector. Make a clue. Opponent. Playing land. Playing a 1/1 flyer. An otter. Okay. It's otter in time. We find a split up. Let's kill this otter here. The otters can be scary. Next turn, I got my clue. I can sacrifice. To draw, I could play a Shocking Sharpshooter, which looks pretty good against Spyglass Siren. Opponent revealing the top card. It is a removal spell, which they want. They're keeping Edict effect. Alright. So, attacking with this doesn't seem particularly good. Do I just want to crack this clue? Or do I want to play Shocking Sharpshooter? I think I want my Novice Inspector more than I want my Shocking Sharpshooter. So let's let opponent make us sacrifice a creature here. Are they going to attack? Okay, they do nothing. Which means they probably have an instant speed removal. How much do we care about that? I guess we don't care about it that much. Let's draw a card. Ooh, I like this. Alright. So, with this, we can tap our creatures and then Yarrow them back. So, let's just make our opponent's turn weird by not giving them a lot of stuff to remove nicely. Opponent, you may... And then we'll power up our station. And if we station this enough, we can copy the case of the Gateway Express or a clue. And that's value. Paying 5... Wait, how much is this? 5 mana. Alright, wait, this is tap it plus 4. 5 mana. 7 mana to draw a card. That's some value I want to see. Alright, we'll sack our backup Novice Inspector. Opponent. Cryogen Relic to draw a card. Alright. They still cannot attack. So, doing hot with the old Novice Inspector here. And the old Sharpshooter. Let's draw a card. Opponent's drawing cards. We should draw cards too. And you know what? I was going to play my Yara here, but why play Yara when I can play more Novice Inspectors? And draw more cards. Let's name white. Let's start tapping things. Just tap some Novice Inspectors. Just some Novice Inspecting here. And there's no need to do anything else. We can crack our clue on the opponent's turn. Opponent, you should play some creatures. There we go. Are they going to go for the draw? The double draw off the relic? They are. Relic double draw. This is a pretty cool synergy. Opponent gets a double draw with the relic. If they want to play the relic again, it looks like they're scared too. I'd be scared too. You never know what could happen. Opponent does go for the draw. Going for the draw. Thinking. Planning out their turn maybe. Are they gonna send their Spyglass Siren? Oh, nowhere to run. Alright, here it is. They're finally going after the Sharpshooter. Let's draw a card. We're gonna get hit for 2. We find a Gallant Citizen. We might be going for the case, the level up case plan. Alright. Let's name human. Let's draw a card. I think I'll tap my white and my human land. Draw a card. Do I tap Yara? I think we'll tap. I think we will have to cash in the Yara here. Yara. It is time. Opponent's hand is a counter spell, which is useless against us, and a bunch of bouncing things. So let's name enchantment, because opponent's stuff that they're going to want to bounce is enchantments mostly. And then Gallant Citizen. Ooh, we draw the Matter Weaver. Let's planet. 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 So satisfying. Planet. Is our planet leveled up? We're 1 away from the max level planet, which means our removal engine is almost online. Next turn we can start copying Case of the Gateway Express, which is a plan that I think will be very fun. Opponent, nowhere to run. Are they going to kill Yara? They are going to kill Yara. We love you, Yara. You were too brave. Too brave for this world. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the backswing. We find Supportive Parents, but we don't have our bouncy creatures. So sad. Alright, so I guess instead we'll station. And we'll station and copy the case. Is this sensible? Maybe it would be better to play Old Tech and Supportive Parents and make a token to play around opponent's weird counterspell. We might also want to split up here. Split up, kill their tapped creatures. Split up, kill their untapped creatures. You know, what if we play this? Do we have enough mana? 1, 2. We're 1 short. Oh wait, we can shock, but I think shocking is bad. Yeah, let's do the plan. Let's do this. This is the most fun. Kill a 2/2. Play a tap land. Pass turn. No attacks. Opponent's gonna hit us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cryogen Relic. Draw a card. But our removal engine is online. Opponent just has no more lies. They try and pump up a Spyglass Siren, which works. They're probably going to attack with everything. Putting this Tragic Trajectory in the graveyard. Alright, attacks with everything. We go to 4. Do they have any other plays here? No other plays. Alright, let's split up. Destroy all tapped creatures. Split up the Savior here. Opponent can try and counter, but we can pay. Looks like they're gonna do it anyway. Alright, make us go through the motions. And now, we have the advantage. 4 life, but we have supportive parents, and our creatures all get +1. Sorry, +2. With the copied split up thanks to our Adagia. Opponent, Nurturing Pixie, they need some card draw. They need to draw some cards. And they need to draw them right now. Cryogen Relic, drawing a card. And drawing a second card. And are they going to get back something from their graveyard? They can get back a No More Lies. And it looks like that is what they're doing. Maybe their plan is to max level this Storm Chaser's talent. So that is a threat we got to be aware of. Oh, opponent. Murdering one of our beloved Novice Inspectors, alright. Well, what's our plan now? I think we want to kill their creature. Let's play Matter Weaver. Let's play Supportive Parents. Make a creature. Tap our beloved supported parents. And pay white. Oops. Pay white. There we go. Blow up opponent's Nurturing Pixie. Ooh, an opponent is scooping to the supportive parents. And this is why, alright? This is why you just need some supportive parents. Because when opponents see your supportive parents and they don't have supportive parents, that's some psychic damage. That's a lot of trauma. 3 cases of the Gateway Express. And we did solve it twice. Because we're excellent detectives. There you go. That is supportive parents. We didn't even have to fully infinite combo, right? The game plan has legs. We got a strategy. And that's how you know a combo is good. When you can play a deck, alright, that plays good cards. But then also incidentally has a combo that wins you the game. That is a strategy for success. And is supportive parents a good card? I think it is. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, opponent is choosing to go first. We shall see if opponent chooses first. They always do. Does this mean going first is too good? It gives you a choice, but there's not really much choices there. Alright, we got Nurturing Pixie. So actually, this is infinite combo in the hand. We will keep this. I choose to keep the infinite combo in my hand. So do we run out the Nurturing Pixie turn 1? I think we do. Opponent looks like they're playing a mono red aggro. Well, let's play Starting Town. They state slightly less life loss. Starting Town, run out a Pixie for no value. But next turn we can name Human. Opponent, are they going to murder my Pixie? Murdering the Pixie would be bad for me, but if they were going to murder the Pixie, they were going to murder anything. Looks like instead they activate the Burnout Bastronaut to pump itself for 1 extra damage. Okay, this is nice because now we don't have to care if the Pixie dies. I name Human. I attack. I cast my Yera. Let's look at opponent's hand. Opponent. What's in your hand? Opponent has an Abrade and a Sunspine Lynx. So let's name Instant. And our Yara's probably going to die. So let's run out the Pixie for no value. This Lynx is going to deal a lot of damage to us, which is a little scary. Opponent probably going to Abrade our Yara and hit us for 1. That's my guess. So this Lynx, when it enters, deals damage to us equal to the number of non-basic lands, which will be all of our lands. So it kind of says deal 3 damage right now, or it'll be 3 damage next turn. So got to be aware of that. Okay, instead opponent plays a Nova Hellkite, which kills our Nurturing Pixie and hits us for 5. That's pretty bad for us. But again, the infinite combo is potentially live. We just gotta hope that opponent is greedy. How greedy is opponent? If our Geralf lives, then next turn We got this. I think they're gonna be greedy and play the Lynx. It's just so mana efficient. So let's hold back. They gotta play the Lynx. There's no way they spend their whole turn just killing my Halia. I can't believe that's what they would do. They would maybe if they found a 1-drop. So opponent's probably thinking, if I play my Lynx here, they go down to, they take 3 damage, and then I play my dragon, and how do they stop me? It's probably what they're thinking. They really remove a creature. It's possible they will. They could remove a creature and attack. Alright, they pay 3 mana, kill a creature, and attack me for 1. Alright, now we have our supportive parents, but we lost our token maker. So now what do we do? I was really hoping opponent wouldn't choose to use removal there, but you never know what opponents are going to do. No attacks. Let's hope that we find another token producer. Token producer is infinite tokens. It may not be enough now if they play the dragon. That's 4 in the air. They're also max speed, so this has double strike. Opponent playing a lot of removal today. There's the Sunspine Lynx, dealing 4 damage to us. They don't have any good attacks. We find a Novice Inspector, which lets us crack a clue, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Let's crack a clue. Yeah, crack a clue, paying our human land mana. We find an Adagia. I don't think that's going to be enough. I guess we play Adagia. And we can spider up the human to not do anything at all. Alright, well, opponent maybe knowing our hand, using that Abrade to stop our combo instead of playing a 5-4 was very clever of them. Would they have done it if we played supportive parents? This we'll never know. Opponent playing a Screaming Nemesis, and that is going to be lethal damage on us. So, we know we're up against Burn, which is okay because we have some Burn related answers. We have Authority of the Consuls, and we have some Split Ups. Split Ups been coming in a lot. Maybe we should mainboard the Split Ups. What do we want to take out? Opponent is playing Burn. So they have a lot of aggro creatures. They have a lot of burn removal, so maybe we'll trim some Nurturing Pixies. The Pixies are okay. They also let us bounce things. Let's cut the Sharpshooter and maybe cut some Gallant Citizen. Cut a couple Gallant Citizens. And maybe we'll cut the Geralf. Just some trimming. Just a little trimming. Do we want a Demi? I don't think we want a Demi against Burn. I think that's fine. We're running like this. I believe. We just gotta believe. We were very close. If opponent didn't read our mind and steal our best card, we would have had it. Alright, we have the combo in hand again, which is a good sign. We keep having the combo. Let's Cavern and play a human. One Novice Inspector. One Novice Inspector, please. I would like my novices inspected. No uninspected novices, please. Alright, the novices have been inspected. We get a clue. Opponent. Gonna play a mountain, probably. We'll see. You never know. Mountain. Passing. We find more supportive parents. Do we want to crack this clue to draw a card? I think instead we attack. We pay 2 life. And we Yera? Take a peek at the opponent's hand zone. Opponent has 2 Screaming Nemesises and a Sunspine Lynx. Let's name instant. Opponent's hand is quite slow. Maybe we're the beatdown. We did put a 3/3 into play. Turn 2. Opponent. Playing a Bastronaut. Alright. Well, we know what they're going to do next turn. Next turn is going to be a Screaming Nemesis, which I do not want to block. I do like drawing this, though. Let's attack with both. And I guess we have the combo. Do we even summon this pixie? It costs us a whole life to summon the pixie. I say we just pass. If opponent plays a Screaming Nemesis, I guess we're one turn away from comboing because we got to play the Matter Weaver and the Supporting Parents. So we run out. Oh, opponent may have found removal. They're looking at our cards. Okay, instead of doing the expected play of Screaming Nemesis, they second main phase Screaming Nemesis? That's a little strange. Alright, well let's play this Old Tech Matter Weaver. Play a tapped Starting Town, and we will pass. Opponent, did you draw removal? And will you remove the right thing? Opponent. Can they beat infinite 1/1s? Looks like opponent is thinking. A lot of thinking from this mono red opponent. You don't usually see thinkers. Okay, opponent attacks. I choose no blocks. I take 3. Opponent goes up to speed 3. They look at the Old Tech Matter Weaver again. They play another Screaming Nemesis. Alright. We find removal for the Nemesis, but it deals damage, which will trigger the Nemesis, which is not ideal. So let's hold that. Instead, let's make infinite 1/1s. I make a 1/1. I use my Supportive Parents. Oops, cancel. We want to make white mana here. I tap my gnome and my person to cast a Nurturing Pixie, which makes a gnome, and allows me to return my Supportive Parents to the hand zone. Now, I tap my pixie and my token, and I cast Yurva again to look at opponent's hand zone, and also play a creature. Let's make another gnome. I think I will make a gnome. Opponent has a Lightning Strike in the hand. Let's name instant. Let's play Nurturing Pixie. Make a gnome. Return a Yurva. Let's make a white mana, tapping our pixie and our gnome, and play a Yurva. So we need to do this a number of times where we have a lethal attack back. So we will do this until we have at least 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 creatures. Alright, we'll do this 2 more times. And we'll end on Yurva. Tap, tap. Gnome. Return. Yurva. Okay, so this is the last time. We got like 20 gnomes now. That's probably enough. Return Pixie. I name instant. Let's tap. Do I want to tap 4 creatures to kill this Burnout Astronaut? I think it's better to just block it and hold up Cracked Clue. Alright. I end my turn, opponent. Can you beat 30 gnomes, or however many gnomes this is? 17, 21 gnomes. If you were playing a paper, you could make infinity gnomes, but we're not playing a paper. I would make a billion gnomes. That's how responsible of a gamer I am. I would say a 1 billion gnomes, please. Opponent attacks me with all their stuff. Not currently lethal. Oh, thinking. Maybe about a lightning strike. Instead just attacks with the nemesises. So I will block each nemesis with one thing. And then I will crack a clue by tapping my nemesises. I don't see how this goes wrong. So the nemesis got to deal 2 damage to 2 things. But we should still have lethal with our like 20 remaining gnomes. I draw a card. It's a land. Very nice. Opponent, can you survive the remaining gnomes and my other creatures that are not gnomes? It's unlikely that they can. They choose to look at my stuff. They think. They choose to kill the Matter Weaver. It may be a bit opponent. It may be a bit late to kill Matter Weaver because they kill a gnome. They kill Matter Weaver, or they target it, and then I assume they're going to lightning strike it. Lightning strike for 3. This is very brave for the opponent, but I simply attack you with my 18 remaining gnomes. There, okay. So they do that and then scoop. Very, very brave of the opponent to cast all their spells. We did win, and we made infinite gnomes, which is really the dream. So don't have much more to say about that. I'm starting to think Shocking Sharpshooter is probably not necessary against the burn deck. Let's just bring in another Gallant Citizen. Do we want the Ademi? Do we want the Carthar Commando? Do we want Voice of Victory? What I really like is, I'd really like to draw Halia, but you can't always draw the cards that you really want to draw. Sometimes you just gotta deal with what you got. But last turn, we had infinite combo. Opponent's playing a lot of 3 and up creatures. Maybe Seamrip is not where I want to be. Maybe we'll trim a Seamrip and play a Voice of Victory, which can make a lot of tokens and also blocks pretty well. We can try that. I may regret trimming Seamrip, but we'll try this. We'll try this. We got another game versus Burn. All right, we're on the Burn train. And both first game, second game, we had infinite combo, but opponent's removal in first game stopped us. In second game, they did not stop our supportive parents, and we supported ourselves all the way to infinite gnomes. I keep. I name human. I play Novice Inspector. And here's Halia, my beloved. My beloved. I name human. You'll never guess what I'm gonna name. It's human. Looks like opponent has a shock, but they can't counter my Novice Inspector. Force of Will, useless. You gonna shock my Novice Inspector? Looks like no. Instead, they play a Needlehead, alright? Needlehead, not a problem. Alright, we're very close to an infinite combo here. Kinda crazy. Let's play Starting Town. Let's play Halia. Let's warp a Halia from space. And let's play a Novice Inspector. Let's gain 2 life and draw a card, which hurts us, but sometimes a little pain is worth it. We draw another Starting Town. The perfect time for Starting Town is in your early turns. Do I double block? My Novice Inspectors aren't really doing anything useful, and if my opponent uses removal on a Novice Inspector, I feel like that's a win for me. They are going to attack. Oh, double block doesn't actually do anything because it has first strike. Okay, never mind. Hired Claw. So we can get a... looks like I accidentally set a draw step. Oh, it's because of this guy. Okay, okay. Alright, alright. So I think we got a turn where we case, blow up the card draw guy. Oh, opponent could remove one of our Novice Inspectors here, which is not ideal. Looks like that is what they're going to do. Oh, just kidding? Not just kidding. Removal on Novice Inspector is kind of fine. Okay, they let it happen. Maybe they didn't have removal for Novice Inspector. Let's play an Authority. This makes their deck a lot worse. Because they have a lot of haste creatures, and Authority making their haste creatures come in tapped and gain me life is going to be tough for them. And next turn we can play Halia and some Yera action. Here's a tapped Screaming Nemesis which gains me a life. Love to see that. We find another of these. So let's play Halia. Gain a life. And I guess I shock in Sacred Foundry, or do I want a Yera here? Let's attack with one Novice Inspector. Yeah, let's attack with one Novice Inspector. I just want it to be tapped. I want it to be tapped, opponent. Novice Inspector gains me 2 life, and Yerva only gains me 1 life, and also this draws me a card, so I think, yeah, this is maybe probably not a good attack. Let's pay 2 life, and gain 2 life, and draw a card, and make a clue. Thank you, Halia. Ooh, second Halia. Second Halia is nice. Supportive Parents adds us a bunch of mana. I do not want to trade, or I don't want this to take any damage, because if it does, I lose the ability to gain life for the rest of the game, which is sad. I think I want to get this Yera down so I can see my opponent's hand also. Opponent plays a second Screaming Nemesis, which comes into play tapped and gains me a life. Very nice. They're looking at Halia. They're attacking me for 3. I bravely take 3. Ooh. Well, I really like to see that. Let's destroy all tapped creatures. That kills 2 Screaming Nemesises. Nemesi. Opponent. Probably sad right now. We can turn on our Case of the Gateway Express. Opponent's thinking. Okay, they end up not doing anything after thinking. Let's bravely attack with all our stuff. Maybe not the Halia, actually. Everything except the Halia. Because she may want to block. I bravely attack with all my Novice Inspectors. All the Novices are being inspected right now. Novice Inspectortron. Now our Case of the Gateway Express is turned on. We solved it. We solved the case. When you solve the case, it gives all the creatures +1 forever. +1/+0. Opponent is like holding a shock or something, and there are so many good opportunities to use shock that they did not use it. Opponent, take your 3. Take it. Just take your 3. And then we'll get to see what's in their hand. What they've been thinking about all this time. Hit you for 3. Let's play a human. Let's return a Novice Inspector to the hand. And webbed. Get and webbed. Opponent's hand is Burst Lightning, Sunspine Lynx, and that's why they were thinking. I guess they wanted to cash this in for 4. Alright, well, let's name instant. Gain a life. Solve our case. And next turn we can Supportive Parents. This may be a Supportive Parents game. Opponent gonna play the Lynx, which hits us for 4, which is a lot. Oh, it also turns off life gain, right? Oh, players can't gain life. That is a problem. That is a problem. 5, 6. I guess we gotta do the beatdown plan. Yeah, beatdown plan is live. We cannot gain life, so let's play Supportive Parents. Not gain life. Attack opponent. And opponent scoops it up. They cannot win the race of damage. Their creatures being tapped was too much for them. And we beat Mono Red with our beloved Supportive Parents that made our opponent scoop. And you know, that's just how it always is. Opponents see that you have Supportive Parents, and all they have is a tapped Sunspine Lynx. And that's just going to be sadness for them. This was 4, 5, this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a lot of damage. So they were probably dead on the follow-up turn, regardless of what they do. And yeah, there you go. Supportive Parents. not really supporting us that much in this game, but in the previous game, they were insane. All right, well, let's go on to the next one. All right, we made some quick changes. All right, quick changes to this to the mana base in order to not play as many pain lands. Okay, so we got supportive parents. We're keeping. We obviously still have our one dog planes. We also added a bunch of other planes to the deck. Other planes to allow us to not pay as much life. Opponent, Sacred Foundry. Let's name human on our land and play a human. The Gallant Citizen. Drawing a starting town, very nice. Opponent, Hushwood Burge, and a Dredger's Insight. What is opponent doing? Opponent might be playing the Enchantment Reanimation deck with the Final Fantasy card. That seems plausible. Let's think about what we want to do here. Do we want to Geralf? Opponent probably doesn't have a lot of removal. We could also Supportive Parents, but that might be better to do next turn. So yeah, let's just ooh, we could name Enchantment. Okay, I like that. I like that plan better. Let's attack. Let's play our Gallant Citizen. Draw a card. And let's return, let's web our Gallant Citizen and then use Yerva to look at their hand and then name Enchantment, which is what we were going to do anyway. Okay, opponent's got Enchantment, Terra, Seam Rip, Esper Origins. Let's just name Enchantment. So enchantments cost one more. This does make our Seam Rip cost one more, but hopefully that's fine. We should be mana advantaged here. Opponent going to cast a 3 mana Fear of Missing Out, thanks to Yerva. We draw planes. Let's Garrel? No. Let's Oltec. And then we can Halia. Make a 1/1. Just a mini, not quite a combo. Not quite a combo. Halia gonna go back to the warp zone. And next turn we can Supportive Parents. And then see where we can go from there. But we are going wide. Opponent Esper Origining. Making their 4/4. Thankfully we can Seam Rip this. Ooh, opponent finds a scary card, Overlord. They're missing red though. Let's play our Supportive Parents now. Make a token. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana. We can play a Matter Weaver. I think we can play a Matter Weaver and Seam Rip, so let's do that. Tap my Supportive Parents and my gnomes. Make a gnome. And we have 2 more. If we cast this, we get 2 more gnomes. But this costs 2 mana, so we tap everything, we get 2 gnomes. We're 1 mana short of Seam Ripping. So let's just tap all our creatures and get rid of this Esper Origins. Stop them from adding mana. See what opponent does here. Their enchantments cost 1 more to cast. So they may be a little confused about how to tap things. And next turn we can Geralf and Halia. Maybe loop some Gallant Citizens. Opponent's doing a lot of thinking here. They saw us hug all our creatures with Supportive Parents and they're thinking, oh, I wish I could hug my creatures. Terra is here. Terra is going to mill 5 cards and put an enchantment into their hand. Alright. No second red source yet. There's the second red source. They can't hit anything with Seam Rip. Okay, alright. So let's we find a Halia, which is great. Let's play Geralf. Make some gnomes. Just a couple gnomes. Garopa is going to make us some big zombies. Does opponent have instant speed removal? Maybe. Not really sure what opponent has. Let's make some gnomes. Warp in a second Halia. Now we're making 4 creatures, or 3 creatures each time we do this. Let's cast our card draw. Tap our Space Halia, a zombie, and a couple gnomes. A couple summoning sick gnomes. Were those summoning sick gnomes? I'm not sure. We have so many gnomes now, I can't keep track. I believe those were our summoning sick gnomes. And we're going so wide and gaining so much life, it may be hard for our opponent to stop us. Draw a spell. We draw land. Sad. Alright, well, let's name human. And let's cast a Halia. Let's hug our parents. Hug our Gareth. Hug our gallant citizen and our summoning sick gnome. Make some gnomes, make some gnomes. Make a zombie. We'll keep the Halia that we warped, because we want our Halia to go back to the warp zone so we can cast it next turn, maybe? Opponent's thinking. Not sure what they would be thinking about now. Let's keep this Halia. Gain some life. Is opponent gonna kill Halia? Are they gonna kill a gnome? What are they thinking about? Okay, they're torching the tower to kill our Halia. I think this is fine. It's kind of the end of our combo, so let's just get in with our gnomes. And we should have lethal next turn. I'm not gonna count, but we got a lot of stuff going on. Opponent gets to cast 1 creature here, or maybe a couple, but we're so wide, I don't see how they can block all this. Okay, an opponent sees the line of us attacking with everything, and scoops. Alright, so opponent is playing an enchantment graveyard synergy deck, so we probably want our ghost vacuums, and we probably want split ups again, and we probably want Cathar commandos. Is there anything else we want? I'm gonna cut this guy. We've been cutting him a lot, as is tradition. It may be hard for us to use Gateway Express in this matchup, because their creatures are kind of thick. And I didn't see anything cheap. Well, I guess we saw the fear of missing out, but I don't think I want to keep this in just to stop fear of missing out. Anything else we can cut? I guess we can cut all the Gateway Expresses. And this makes the Pixie a bit work, so we'll cut 1 Pixie. And then can we trim? Oh, we were supposed to trim these. Aha! We found it. Bring this in, bring the Pixie in. Gotta put them out of the zone instead of in the deck. And I guess we still do trim one Pixie. So we got graveyard interaction, we got, oh, the Pixie flies. Nah, this is fine. We got graveyard interaction, we got board wipes, and let's try it like this. Against Esper, enchantment, reanimation. Final Fantasy. Let's see if Spider-Man can beat Final Fantasy with our supportive parents. So we have the Dodja, which is not as good when we don't have our enchantments, but we got 2 redraws with Gallant Citizen, so I'll keep 3 redraws with Gallant Citizen. We got so many Gallant Citizens right now. Alright, we got a token maker. We're 1 spider person away from victory. Citizen draws a card. Let's do this. I don't think it's going to be relevant, but we have 1 enchantment in the deck, I think. And we can run out our Gallant Citizen and a Pixie next turn. Opponent plays a land. Joshua, gonna draw and discard. Discard and draw. Discards lands, draws some mystery cards. Now this guy can do stuff by flipping. I don't know what he does, so we'll hope to find out later. Let's play Secluded Courtyard. Name human. Let's tap like this. Yeah, okay, this is fine. Gallant Citizen again. We just draw a land. So I guess we'll return a Gallant Citizen to the hand zone. And, are we charging up the Adagia? I don't think we're blocking, so. Charge up the Adagia. We can double Gallant Citizen next turn. Or I can Supportive Parents. And then I'll have one, so this costs 3, and I'll have 1, 2 mana remaining. So I could sit as Parents plus Citizen. Let's just double Citizen, I think that's fine. We gotta draw out of this, all these lands. So many lands. Let's draw some non-lands. We find another Pixie. Well, let's get in for 3. Opponent's thinking they probably have removal. After what happened the first game, I'm guessing they have removal. Fire Magic. Oh, alright. Well. Fire Magic killing all our stuff. That's painful. Thankfully, we have another Gallant Citizen. Alright. Next turn, we can Geralf and cast Inspector and Pixie. We'll see how useful that is. Looks like opponent found an Overlord, which is scary. Be coming down next turn. Hitting us for 3. We're 1 spider person away from an infinite combo, but that does require us to draw the correct pieces. Oh, Ghost Vacuum. A little too slow with the Ghost Vacuum. Let's Geralf. Novice Inspector. Make a zombie. Looks like opponent has more removal. So do we go for the Ghost Vacuum here? Yeah, opponents has sided in a lot of creature removal, so this is good to know about. And I guess there's no point Pixieing now, so let's just play the Ghost Vacuum. And we can start exiling stuff from their graveyard. If they have any good stuff, we can actually like get it back. So that could be relevant. What does this guy's backside do? Exile him, return him, transform, 2 damage to each opponent. Okay, well, let's not worry about that. Here's a 5/5 that deals 4 damage every time it does anything. Okay, opponent attacking. Let's exile from our graveyard a Gallant Citizen. Do we need to block? I don't think we need to block yet, but we're in the range of needing to block. We are in the danger range. We find more Supportive Parents. I don't think Supportive Parents are what we need right now. I think we need some interaction. Not graveyard interaction though. The time for that was a long time ago. It is no longer the time for graveyard interaction. We don't have a way to draw more cards. I guess we can bounce a Gallant Citizen. Could have attacked with that first, but... And we'll try and draw another card. We find Cathar Commando, which we're 1 mana short of casting, but if we can live this turn, then Cathar Commander can blow up this Overlord, and we can steal it with Ghost Vacuum. So we're not done for. We're taking 4 potentially here. Oh, oops. Oh wait, no, this is not charged up yet. Opponent going face. Let's block with our Gallant Citizen. And hope opponent doesn't have a second one of these. Esper Origins. Gonna gain some life. Yeah, unfortunately we cannot target this, so let's see, oh, cancel. Let's let them surveil, and then we can, potentially exile stuff from their graveyard. Looks like opponent didn't leave anything interesting in there. So, Adagia is live. We gotta be aware of that. Next turn, opponent can Adagia us. Let's exile from our graveyard some Gallant Citizens. And from opponent's graveyard, we'll just exile Dredger's Insight. Alright, so we're not dead. It may look very spooky, but we are not dead. We can play Supportive Parents. And we can pop this before they kill us with it. Oh wait, they just attack with it. So I guess we let them go to combat, or yeah, we let them go to combat, and then we pop it. Opponent had some mana. They get to mill with Terra. They find an Annie joins up, which deals 5 damage to a creature or planeswalker, okay? They're gonna go to combat, so we gotta do this now. Otherwise we die. Opponent's holding priority, okay. Pop this. We can steal it, potentially, with our Ghost Vacuum, if we live. We are not guaranteed to live. Opponent kills our Supportive Parents, that's so sad. We got a double chump here, but then we get to pop the Ghost Vacuum. Okay, so we block. We block. We allow these to die. We activate Ghost Vacuum, stealing the Overlord, and let's exile a random enchantment. There's a Dredger's Insight in there. And now we release the Ghost Vacuum. Ghost Vacuum has been unsealed. Alright, so what does this do? Exile, transform it, create a token that's a copy of a non-legendary enchantment you control. It gains haste. And then, what does the other guy do? This guy transforms, deals 2 damage to each opponent, then returns creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay, so that doesn't matter. So let's just kill this Esper Origins that gives trample. We draw some cards. Unfortunately, Starting Town is tapped. So we will pass. Hope to live, hope to live, hope to live. Pray to the living gods. Okay, opponent flips the Joshua. This deals 2 damage to us. 2 damage. And, oh, 2 damage twice because it's doubled from the... Oh, I missed that. Alright, well... Oops. Close game, close game. Alright, opponent got a little bit out of control. They got a little bit out of control. And they got us there. We were 1 mana away. If this Starting Town was untapped, we could have got them. Killed the Joshua also. Okay. So what do we change? I don't think we changed anything. I think honestly our plan is fine. I was right about the cases being awkward to use because our opponent's stuff is so expensive. Do we want the Soul Guide Lantern? I think the 2 Ghost Vacuums are good enough. So we'll try it like this again. We'll try it like this again. We'll believe. That game was quite close. Quite close. Ghost Vacuum almost came in clutch. But we didn't have enough supportive parents. But let's be on the play. We got Novice Inspector, Old Tech, some enchantment removal. Let's see if we can draw into some good hate pieces. Opponent's mulliganing. Love to see it. Do we go aggro with Cathar Commando? Probably not, since opponent has a lot of removal for creatures. We'll hold this until it's necessary. Starting down. Get in there. We'll see what opponent does. Opponent just holding up mana, which means removal. Let's draw with our clue. We draw. I find a Geralf. Not nothing. Let's get in. See if opponent wants to attack our beloved Novice Inspector. Or if our novices will remain inspected. Looks like opponent's going for the kill. Novice Inspector down. Alright, let's play Matter Weaver. Should be difficult to remove with 4 toughness for them. But we'll see. Opponent thinking. Playing a mountain. And a split up. Alright, well, we brought in split up too, so we can't be mad. Let's play Novice Inspector. Thought about playing Geralf and Novice Inspecting, but I think the way things are going, we want to just get some card advantage. Especially with split ups in play. We don't want to just vomit our hand into the battlefield. Dredger's Insight. Opponent mills some stuff. They find good stuff. Overlord. We always find our graveyard hate a little bit too slow. See what they fetch. They just fetch a land. That's interesting. Wonder what's in opponent's hand. If they want to land with all this. It probably means they have the graveyard reanimating card. We find supportive parents, but we're a couple spider people short of doing anything with that. Do we want to play supportive parents here? Supportive parents seems fine. Ouch. Guessing opponent's gonna kill my supportive parents, but we'll see. And here comes the removal for supportive parents. Alright. We knew this was coming. Do we want to flash this in now? I think we can wait. I don't know what opponent is going to do here, but I'm guessing they have the creature that reanimates a thing from their graveyard. And if they do that, we can't target the thing during their turn anyway. So we'll hold up Cathar Commando. Oh, it's just an Overlord. Okay. So this is fine. I think we can play this now. We find a Novice Inspector, so let's name human. Let's play our Geralf. Let's play our Novice Inspector. And let's attack. Opponent's down to 13. We got the ability to pop their Overlord. Why did they keep this land in hand? Do they have another Overlord? They do. Okay. Okay, pop the Overlord. Opponent kills our Geralf. But we got 3 power in play. And nothing else. I activate my clue. I draw a Nurturing Pixie. Alright, well, Nurturing Pixie's a redraw. Pixie, return the Novice Inspector. Novice Inspector, re-enter the battlefield. Make a clue. I don't think we're getting there with the Adagio today. Let's clue. Find a split up. Alright. Let's Adagia it up. Split up. Relevant against an Overlord that's going to come off the timer. Opponent's got one card left in hand. Opponent mills an Esper Origins with a Surveil land. That's very good for them. They find a Doggo, which they cannot afford to cast right now. Potentially our next turn is looking quite hot. Let's attack with the Pixie. Opponent has more removal. More removal they don't want to use right now. Let's name human. We're not blocking, so let's charge up. Charge up our Adagia. And the turn. Opponent getting some mana. Playing the Fenrir. Split up could be quite hot here. We'll see. Opponent plays a Yuna. Alright. So Yuna end step reanimates. And they get a Overlord from their graveyard. Thankfully they forgot to tap stuff with Adagia. So they're probably gonna pop our stuff. And then we get to destroy all untapped creatures. So nothing has reach, so let's attack with Pixie. Crew with the zombie. Destroy all untapped creatures. And then we have a Gallant Citizen to redraw. Opponent is sad. Oh, they have a spell. That's removal. Their final card is another Torture Tower. So they're gonna kill our Pixie. Okay. Kills the Pixie. They put something on the bottom. That's nice. Like to see that. This is gonna die. It is on chapter 3, so it's gonna just die and nothing's gonna happen. We find Halia, so we might as well warp Halia to gain some life and put counters on our thing. Maximum stationage. And we'll end turn. Alright, alright. Alright, things not looking too bad. Opponent's top decking. We are top decking, but we have a Halia. Opponent has nothing. Opponent top decks. Nothing. Alright, let's Ultec Matter Weaver. And Halia. Make a gnome. And we'll attack with these. And I'm gonna play around a split up by having my creatures be split up. Opponent finds a land. We get to attack with everything. Opponent goes down to not very much life. We get to make a token. We get to return our Gallant Citizen to the hand zone. We get to make a Gallant Citizen and another gnome. The value, the value, the value. Opponent gets one more draw. Let's name human. Let's copy a gnome. Max value, max value. End turn, draw a card. We draw Spider Person. Opponent. One more draw. They got nothing. Outvalued the Enchantment Reanimator deck. Love to see it. Gallant Citizen. Gallant Citizen, Noble beatdown with tokens was enough in both games. Split up being amazing as usual. So I think if we've learned one thing, it's that split up should be in the main deck. And Yeah, otherwise, looking sweet. Yuna, Final Fantasy, not enough. Let's go on to deck breakdown. All right, so here is the final deck breakdown. Let's make some final changes. I know if you stick around to the end, you want to see what do we do to fix. So halfway through the gameplay, we took out a bunch of our pain lands and realized that we could just be playing plains. Our 5-color human mana base is really 2 colors. It's white splashing humans with caverns, secluded courtyard, and starting town, able to tap for every color of human mana. So we didn't need all those painful lands. Shocking Sharpshooter seems unnecessary in the deck. We never really found him useful. We were siding him out a lot. I would put these split ups in the main. We have lots of ways to tap our creatures, and split ups amazing. And we could probably cut these, honestly. I think they're not necessarily worth it. And what do we go up? We probably go up another Yara. Yara's sick, and obviously part of our combo. So why not go full Yara, right? Why not go full Yara? Although we have to trim one thing to do that, so let's just trim a pixie. One pixie up, one Yara. I think that's pretty good. And in the sideboard, what do we want in the sideboard? All right, because we got 2 more extra slots. Well, there's a lot of aggro, and we brought in authority that consoles a lot. So let's go up 1 authority. You think about you when you play the game, it's like, what do you want to side in, and what do you feel like you're missing? So authority seems great, and split up we were always putting in, so let's just put another split up in the side. Uh, Let me know if you think I'm missing anything, if there's some other cool sideboard cards we could be playing in our mono white humans list. Mono white every color humans list. And hope you like the gameplay. I loved all the hugs with supportive parents. Loved all the Geralfs. Loved all the Alter Matter Weavers. Thought it was sick. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.